In 2012, my mother died unexpectedly in her sleep. For months, I was down for the count as my life fell apart. Taking up boxing is what saved me. When people think of boxing, they think of Rocky Balboa. It's about how hard you could get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. To me, boxing is about adaptability, vulnerability, and having people in your corner. Life constantly throws us punches, be it a parking ticket or the death of a loved one. And most of us respond either by rigidly sticking to the plan or else freezing, too stunned to move. But boxing teaches us to step back, to block, to reset, and then go. Stepping into the ring is an act of vulnerability. It is a choice to expose ourselves to physical danger, the risk of public failure, and for being seen exactly as who we are. There's no hiding in the ring. And while no one can fight your battles for you, when you are standing in the ring, exhausted and ready to give up, there is nothing like the cheers of your coach, your teammates, or the crowd to keep you going. Boxing confronts us with who we are. I made myself small. I avoided risks. I dressed to hide my body. And I silenced myself to avoid judgment. But with boxing, I glimpsed a different June, a queen, claiming her power, safeguarding her peace. I yearned to be her, but I doubted I could become her. It's not easy having people who love you, and I mean that. Coach and my teammates, they believed in Queen June, and they were always willing to call me out on my bullshit. But me, I was trapped by my fears. I felt exposed and so ashamed that I had people in my corner when I couldn't show up for myself. Unable to accept that my toughest opponent was myself, I bailed. In 2016, I quit boxing. By 2020, I'd gone from queen in the making to almost bankrupt, nearly fired, and diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And all of that happened before the start of the pandemic. Yeah. Living alone, physically cut off for months on end, the only way I could connect with people was online, a space filled with self-righteous anger and hatred and denial framed as debates. I couldn't take it. I started to go crazy, unable to separate reality from my paranoia. The world was splintering, and I was splintering with it. It was terrifying. I barely made it out alive. Coach asked me, why am I back? Why now, in 2025? And it's because I'm wary of the recent spike of self-righteous anger, hatred, and denial, both online and in the real world. If I try fight back like I did in the pandemic, I'll lose. It's time for new tactics. I need adaptability, vulnerability, and people in my corner. But mostly, it's because I see now that for 8 years, I made a choice. I chose to suffer alone. I choose differently now. I choose to surround myself with people I love and who love me. Coach smiled. June, I always knew you'd be back. Come on, let's get back to work. As the world keeps splintering, I invite each one of us to step into the ring, to learn, to step back, to block, and to reset, to choose to be seen exactly for who we are, not who we imagine ourselves to be, and to cherish the people in our corner, fighting our battles with us. That is how winning is done. Thank you.